not. There we go. All right, and we're actually inside the game. Let me do like that. All right, cool. All right, so the new challenger facing Adonminus is the orange Protoss player, currently at the top left corner. He is Fear. And the player who should know Fear is our current winner, Adonminus, who is won the last game. And that puts it to 2-1 to Cascade. Yep.
It does indeed. Really awesome for them taking a lead once again in this series. Now, I just checked, and Fear did indeed beat Adonminus 1-0 in an early round of the Winter League. So yeah, Fear can take maps off Adonminus, which is nice to know going into this. Both of these players are Grandmaster level. I would say Adonminus would be the favourite. But we'll wait and see what turns out. I mean, PvP is a wonderful thing where, literally anything could happen, so... Just gateways coming up for now. Nothing too crazy. No proxy gateways just yet. Now, I mentioned at the start, proxies are quite popular on this map, and that's because if you look in the very top right or the very bottom left, these are locations which are very close to the opponent's main base, especially by air, aka for stargates, and yet they're very out of the way to scout. There's no real reason you would go down there, so they're really popular proxy locations, and we'll see if either of them are used in this game. I highly doubt they will be. I just don't think either of these guys are going to try it, and I think it's just got to this point where it's so predictable if you do try and proxy. So we'll see what these guys want to do, though.
Yeah, they both checked for it. Nothing really was there, but I'm a bit curious. Fear doesn't scout.
Yeah, he doesn't scout. I guess he's just confident against going up against anything. I mean, to be fair, if he scouts now, there's not too much you can see apart from a lack of pylons for it to be well, he scouts now, so he's going to get across the map in time to get his probe in the main base. So, there's not going to be a stalker out. There won't be a mothership core out in time because the cybernetic core is only about halfway done. So, he's going to get the same scouting information Adonminus does. And, the real thing is they spot for right now is, do they make a zealot? Do they go straight into stalkers? Do they make a second gateway before tech? That's the kind of things that Adonminus will be looking for. And he's going to see a second gateway coming up for his opponent. So, he knows the potential for a little bit more aggression out of Fear is there, and maybe a blink opening as well, because this is going to be a heavy stalker opening. So blink is a natural follow up, and Adonminus just throws down Stargate and is spotted immediately here by Fear.
See if he actually is gonna follow it through. I was thinking that he, just canceled the Stargate and go into something else, but nope, he's gonna stick to that. So that's fine. Stalkers are already out of the field, so it's secure against, and no more. There's not going to be any more scouting here. Whereas the mothership core comes out at Adonminus base, checking around, see what's happening there.
Yep. Now the Stargate's gonna finish up, and I mean it has to be an Oracle first. I mean, there's no reason for it not to be. Fear Chrono boosting out his second and third Stalkers here, which is quite interesting. Phoenix. I don't know how much I like this. And I mean, an Oracle just gives you so much more. I mean, we just barely ever see Phoenix first, and I mean, it's because it's just not as effective nowadays. Oracles, they're always guaranteed to do damage or give you scouting information and force your opponent to commit back, whereas Phoenixes, they've got a certain amount of damage they can do, and then, they're done. They kill 3 workers, that's it. We see a blink opening out of Fear here with that Twilight Council coming down. I mean, it's kind of a build order win against the Stargate opening, so this is really nice, but Fear will have to recall out of here with his mothership core because this Phoenix is going to come out, but he doesn't have the energy to recall just yet, so this is a little bit scary for him. He might have committed here.
That was weird.
Just be able to recall. It's going to be actually really close, and he recalls out of that just.
Ooh, that was so close.
Fortunately, he is going to be the aggressor in this game with 3 gates, Robo, and a blink coming up. So it's not as important for him to have a photon overcharge in the next few minutes. So, not the end of the world here. As Adonminus just poke forward with this Phoenix and check around, see what's up, and Robo facility coming up on either side now. So both players could go into immortal production if they would like.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Adonminus is going to do it. He has such a huge investor right now in air, so I think he's going for the long game, and here it is. It's a Void Ray. Really good choice. So he's not trying to finish it as I thought as soon as possible, but it's gonna go for a longer, more drawn out game. So we're probably gonna see an expansion pretty soon as well. Whereas if it does expand, there's a great opportunity for Fear to just move out and end it right here. But oh, there's gotta be an immortal. Wow. All right,
So he's going into just kind of both here, just getting ready to
Void Ray
defend.
and immortal. No,
I mean,
can't.
he needs enough defense against these stalkers, because otherwise, if they blink into the main, and they could just do a lot of damage. So these phoenixes sticking around, just scouting, which is nice, and expansion for Fear about to come up here.
There's two pretty well placed pylons here by Fear, so he might go for a quick. Oh, it's actually Fear that is expanding first.
Wow. So this is interesting. This expansion coming down. It's kind of expected because he's the blink player. He's the one who's going to have the map control. He's the one who's going to force his opponent to stay on one base. Because if Adonminus tries to take two bases, he has to be very careful about where he positions his army so as not to die from kind of counter blinks by Fear, etc., etc. Still using his phoenixes to just scout around here, sending one up the left-hand side while keeping the other two at home, just for extra defense. Because if you can lift up two stalkers, it really does significantly kind of douse the fire, which is the aggression that Fear's putting on. And, well, Fear, he's actually got an observer here, so he can push up this ramp quite nicely. He's going to start trading for shields with some nice blink micro, and he does just turn away here. Not really achieving too much, though, and, he got some shields off the Void Ray, lost some shields on his stalkers. But overall, nothing major happening in this fight, and, he's actually adding more stalkers, so he's looking to just continue fighting here, and he will just blink away.
Yeah, I think he's trying to delay the expansion as much as possible, because if he get up his own expansion and get up on mining that's gonna be really good. But here comes a good encounter here.
3 immortals and a Void Ray, he just cannot fight this.
No.
3 immortals, they do so much DPS. The Void Ray does so much DPS as well. One of these immortals is really low on HP, and one of them will go. No, he's not getting it down. He needs to really target fire that. He doesn't get the mothership core even. He just loses so much army. And this is really bad for him because now he's going to get some of his phoenixes picked up again. He still hasn't killed them all. He still hasn't killed the mothership core. He's just done absolutely nothing and thrown away a lot of stalkers. And now he just doesn't have anything. These immortals, this Void Ray, they're going to add so much DPS as they move across the map.
Yeah, it's looking really, really grim here for Fear. I think he actually overextended his army pretty well. And right now he has, he has worse economy than Adonminus, he has worse army, he has worse everything. So it's going to be really, really hard for him to come back after this.
He is going to fight with throwing overcharge, and that was a few nice force fields, but they could have been a bit better. And, he's going to hold on here for now, and while Adonminus will just recall, so... But, Adonminus, he's got more workers, his natural's about to finish. Fear hasn't been able to mine from his just yet, so, he's not really had an advantage in any way, and Adonminus is the first player to put up a forge, and we saw how vital the upgrade lead was in an earlier PvP already today, so this upgrade lead is going to come out for Adonminus. He's now got 4 mortals, and if he wants, he can maybe go across the map and pressure again. He's going to find a pylon to the right and clean that out a little bit here. Really nice, and actually supply blocking Fear, so Fear, this game goes from bad to worse for him at the moment.
Oh yes, the worker count are not getting any more even. It's actually Adonminus who is aiming to get his worker count up to maximum. So he's in a really good shape. He has a really good income, and he's going for. He doesn't have anything in gas. He just have 2 in gas right now, so he doesn't utilize the ones. Whereas back home in base Fear, it's full-on gas production, so it's really aiming to get out those high-tech units. The other pylon is getting killed as well.
Picks up the pylon, just going to retreat again back to his natural. He's actually adding on some cannons in his main mineral lines just in case of harassment, so Adonminus just making sure he doesn't skip any corners. Just making sure with this lead that he's got, he's going to be able to keep it. That's really, really important as, Fear, he's just sitting back, he's getting charged, he's getting his own +1. He is a little bit behind, but, it's not as behind as Grave was earlier. And Adonminus adds on a lot of gateways. He might just go and try and kill his opponent on 2 bases.
Yeah, and I really think he actually can do it, so...
Yeah, man. I mean, he had so many immortals, kind of such a huge immortal advantage from the start, and that really does mean quite a lot, really, um, in this game. So we'll see what he does. We actually see a few stalkers heading down to the left side. May look to blink in the main base and do a little bit of harassment.
Yeah, see if he actually gets away with that. And yeah, he can do a little bit, but not much. And he sees all of the new gateways like, uh-oh.
Yeah, these stalkers are really effective. They actually pick off about 4 workers, and now they're going to get out without any, real damage taken. A third base now taken by Adonminus, and you can kind of see that Fear's just a little bit behind in his build. His own gateways are now on the way up, and he adds a couple more too. Now, did he see the third base? Yes, he did. So it might be
Yeah.
Fear now who turns us around and says, "Right, you're investing into a third base. I'm not. I'm just going to try and kill you. I've got my Templar archives up. I can morph in a lot of Templars, morph in Archons, and just go across the map and try and win right now with a big army advantage. A probe is coming down the left-hand side to try and set up some pylons, so it looks as though this is a possibility. But look at this, Sachi Adonminus once again moving out here.
Yeah, but, comparing the armies, it's 5 immortals against 2. It's 4 stalkers against 4. It's a void ray in the field. There's, I don't know, it's like Adonminus has more of everything.
Yeah, Adonminus is going to come in and try and fight here. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out. Fear needs to be careful not to fight with too little at the same time, and Adonminus does get deflected for now. Now, this pylon finishing up for Fear, he could go for a huge Zealot warp in to try and kill off the third base or something. He's thinking about moving out, but he doesn't quite want to. He's actually just going to warp in units to help him defend here once again. And, with these aggressive pylons, he can do so much with them if he feels safe enough to commit warp-ins over there.
Yeah, I feel he actually must do it. There's no other way he can actually get ahead here. He needs to warp in stuff to actually go harass with so he can get ahead. But right now, he doesn't do it. He's just defending. And at 2 base Protos against a 3 base Protos, I know where I will put my money.
Yeah, most definitely. So opening a bunch more Zealots here. And then an Archon about to finish up as well for Adonminus. He's again looking to just keep on this pressure. Keep Fear from expanding. Now again, this is why Fear needs to use these pylons out on the map. He needs to try and, do some damage. He needs to find a way to force Adonminus to turn around. And Adonminus, well, he's going to get caught here in a time warp as he moves on forward. But does Fear have enough to really fight? A lot of his Archons are stuck in the back, and I just don't think he does. Time warps all over the place, and flanking Zealots don't actually achieve anything. As the Warp Prism heads on over to the right, but it's spotted by these Morphin Archons for Adonminus. And also, Adonminus has +2 right now, and Fear's +2 is only about halfway done, so that upgrade advantage playing a big factor once again as Adonminus is going to move in.
Yeah. And no harassment whatsoever from Fear. He's trying to actually break this unit, and we can see the supply just dropping here for both players. It's looking really, really even, but all of those immortals are doing so much damage. Wow.
The difference really is that +2 upgrade to the +1. Fear he just can't even it, and he's going to lose everything because of it now in this fight. I don't know, he needed to fight, but I feel like this wasn't the way to do it. He needed to break out of this base, but I feel the way he should have done it was utilize these pylons. He's got them on the map.
Yeah.
Warp in some Zealots. Be aggressive over there. Force Storms to commit warp-ins over there. That's how you buy time. That's how you could have waited for his +2 to finish, and then, had the same kind of fight. Because even if he got out of his base and won a fight, he's still a base down. And he has been for a long time, so he needed to do damage and breakout. And he just didn't do either of these yet.
Yeah, and the main base is almost mined out. This is the last resources he has here in his natural, and this is going to be the last push. There's nothing that Fear can do against this army. Everything just dies so quickly by the combined forces of Archons and the Immortals.
Yeah, these last couple of Archons are going to go down, the last couple of Immortals too, and Fear will have to tap out of this game, and Adonminus is going to take Cascade up to match point here. 3-1 for them right now.